Welcome to the deep dive. Ready to jump into something really quite interesting today.
Absolutely. We found a great source to unpack.
Yeah, we spotted this on Instagram. It's an account called Akademik Practices. Really good stuff there. And the topic they were highlighting, bibliometric analysis.
Okay, now that might sound like a bit of a mouthful, I know.
Yeah, it does.
But honestly, stick with us because this technique is, well, it's incredibly powerful, especially if you're trying to make sense of a whole lot of information quickly.
Totally. I mean, think about it. How do you even start to figure out which studies are like the most important ones in a huge field?
Right. Or spot the new trends that are just starting to bubble up.
Exactly. Or maybe find those, hidden connections between researchers or different ideas.
Well, bibliometric analysis is basically how you do that.
Okay, so the source, Akademik Practices, they give a pretty clear definition, right?
They do, yeah. It's essentially using statistical and mathematical methods
Stats.
to look at academic publications. So you're analyzing things like citation counts, how often papers get referenced, or how specific research topics change and develop over time. Even things like who's collaborating with whom.
So like mapping connections.
Exactly. It's like you're creating a data-driven map of a whole knowledge area.
Okay, right. So let's unpack this a bit more. Our mission for this deep dive is really to get a handle on what this technique is. And maybe more importantly, why it's such a useful shortcut for you, the listener, to quickly grasp what's going on in almost any field you're curious about.
And what's so interesting, I think, is how it shifts your whole perspective.
How so?
Well, instead of just reading papers one by one, getting kind of lost in the details,
easy to do.
This analysis gives you that big picture. That sort of bird's eye view. You see the whole landscape.
Okay, a bird's eye view. That definitely sounds essential these days with just so much information everywhere.
It really is.
So thinking about the practical side, what does the source say are the main benefits? How does it actually help you?
Right. Good question.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things is just getting a comprehensive overview. A single bibliometric study can give you a structured look at an entire topic, the whole landscape laid out.
A structured landscape. I like that. And what else? Does it reveal anything surprising?
Oh, definitely. It's often brilliant at highlighting the gaps.
Gaps? Like what's missing?
Exactly. You can see where tons of research is happening, sure, but also those areas where, maybe there aren't many studies, or the connections between ideas are weak. It really points out those overlooked opportunities.
Finding the white space on the map, so to speak.
Precisely. And that's gold, right? Whether you're, say, a student looking for a research question, or maybe a professional trying to innovate, or even just someone curious about where the edge of a subject is. It's fantastic for sparking new ideas.
Yeah, I can see that. And for people actually doing research, the source mentioned it helps position their own work.
Yes, absolutely. If you understand the existing landscape, the main themes, the key players, the gaps, you can figure out where your own contribution fits best.
Makes sense. See where you can make the biggest impact.
It's about seeing the patterns, figuring out what could come next, not just looking back at what's already been done.
And this isn't just some abstract idea, right? The Akademik Practices account actually mentioned tools.
Yeah, they did. There's specific software people use for this.
Like VOS Viewer, I think I saw that mentioned.
Yep, VOS Viewer is a big one. It helps create these visualizations, these maps. You can literally see citation networks.
Wow.
Like which papers are foundational, who the key authors are, how different research clusters connect. It does keyword maps too, showing the themes.
Cool, so it makes it visual.
Totally. And there's another one they mentioned, Publish or Perish. That pulls data from places like Google Scholar and does the number crunching.
Right, the quantitative side.
These tools basically turn the concept into something, tangible. Maps and metrics you can actually look at.
Okay, so let's bring it all together. What this means for you, our listener, is that bibliometric analysis, like Akademik Practices highlights, is this really powerful way to map out knowledge.
Yeah, it's your shortcut.
Yeah.
Your way to get that quick, but still really comprehensive overview of a topic.
Find those crucial gaps, maybe spark some new ideas.
And just understand where things might be heading.
Understanding this whole process really empowers you, doesn't it? Helps you cut through all that noise, the information overload.
Definitely.
And quickly figure out what's actually important or interesting in whatever topic you decide to dive into.
It's using data smartly to navigate complexity. Which is pretty essential now.
It really is, which kind of makes you wonder, if you could instantly create one of those visual maps for a field you really care about right now, What hidden connection, what overlooked opportunity would you be hoping to find hiding there in plain sight?